Free versus Team Persona. Power scaling in Beyblade is the most underrated thing that's ever been done. I don't know if there is any power scaling videos on Beyblade. I haven't really seen any, so I'm gonna do this on my own. So, I wanted to know what would happen if Free De La Hoya went to the X Tower and he just obliterated everyone on his way, and it was the final tower, and he met Team Persona. And yeah, power scaling, no one has ever done it, and today I'm going to do that. I'm going to power scale these two different shows and characters, Free and Team Persona, to see who would win in the end in a full-on death battle. The version of Free I'm going to be using is Free Base from Evolution. And for Team Persona, I'll be using the first 11 episodes and first chapters like 1 to 7, mostly 5 to 7. So I know, I'm not using the full thing. I know I should wait for the whole thing to finish, but they're pretty strong in the beginning, so I think they'll be okay against Free. Possibly, maybe they have pretty good feats, as we're gonna get into this video. So we're using anime only Free. Team Persona, I'm gonna allow them to get into manga just to make it a fair battle, so I can get more feats in here. Free De La Hoya, one of the strongest Beybladers in Beyblade Reverse Evolution, and part of the Big Five. That is already itself a humongous feat. He's basically one of the strongest in the entire world. And to another feat, Free De La Hoya just used his bare hands. As you can see, now we're gonna get into his abilities first. Let's get into his abilities first. Free De La Hoya's abilities. He is a left spin Beyblade, and has the ability to literally drain any Beyblade, any right spin Beyblade. His only weaknesses are left spin and getting knocked out instantly. Let's see, those are his weaknesses. But I'm gonna list all his weaknesses and strengths. So yeah, left spin, steel spin, serious mode. I'm gonna put a picture of serious mode right there. Yeah, that thing. That monstrosity. Yeah, that he turned yellow. Not fully yellow yet. That'll be super serious mode. Yeah, super serious mode. I don't even think we're gonna need super serious mode on this battle. So I'm probably gonna limit him to just normal serious mode. So I'm gonna nerf him. I'm gonna downplay him. So, and his final ability, the reverse burst technique, basically reverse curse technique, but crazier. So left spin Beyblade can basically Fafnir's Beyblade and any left spin Beyblade that is going slow and a Beyblade is going fast at them. It would basically burst the speed type one that's going at them at full power and will reverse burst. You know, it bursts them instead of the left spinning Beyblade, because it basically just does that, as you see in the video, just straight up goes bam. A lot of things he does. Alright, so he has overconfidence. He literally himself knows he's the best. And that's about it for Free De La Hoya. Alright, now for some feats. Free De La Hoya be Joshua Burns, one of the Big Five. Joshua Burns has the ability of Cyclone Wall and Cyclone Counter. He's a defense type Beyblade, and basically he only won once against Fafnir and then proceeded to get annihilated afterwards. Fafnir could not attack, as in steel spin. Joshua Burns is genius. That was already using his weakness because of Cyclone Wall would just bounce off, but then Joshua Burns got a little bit too crazy and decided to just use Cyclone Counter, which ended up terribly. It did the reverse burst technique. We're gonna see that a lot. The next feat is literally defeating Xander's Bay Scalius, and that itself is already a humongous feat. Scalius defeated hundreds of bays, a lot of Beybladers. Xander did literally a 100-blader challenge every single time. This man is literally a menace, and Fafnir just destroys it off screen. Literally, he just gets off screen. That's how powerful Fafnir is at this point. If we're putting base stats, everyone all the way to Xander's thing, if we put anyone that can beat Xander, is already a pretty big feat there. Our next feat, defeating Valtryek, or at least keeping up with Valtryek's speed. If you beat Xander's strength, you're beating Valtryek's speed is a different thing. So we can at least calculate that all bays move at subsonic speed. Free used the next move to literally blitz out trick called nothing break. And what that does basically, he drills a hole in the middle of the stadium, and just when he's gonna get attacked, he just goes at the speed of hypersonic. Because if there's already subsonic, he at least is sonic or at least hypersonic speed. Literally going faster than Genesis Reboot is pretty fast. So we got the speed stats down. Probably has a big strength stats, heavy hitter, and basically has every single thing. Fafnir is basically a balance type, a broken balance type, because it has attack. Even though it's a stamina type, it has speed and it has a crap load of durability. Another feat is just free itself, free strength itself, not just the base strength. Free carries boulders up mountains, and a normal boulder, like a 3 feet rock, of feet by 3 feet, is around 1,800 pounds. So lifting that up a mountain a lot of times, man, Free must have one of the biggest launch grips ever. That's enough of Free de la Hoya. Well, with serious mode, this is also serious mode. Serious mode basically buffs all of his stats by 10 billion. Man, in the first serious form, he's pretty powerful. He gets a speed boost a lot. He can still use Nothing Break. He still use Nothing Break at normal serious mode. Another Louis versus Free. Nah, I know what I was saying. Y'all saw that episode. If you didn't see that episode, here you go. I'm putting it on the screen now. Literally, Louis got shot Free off, and then Fafnir went on serious mode. Free went on serious mode, and basically he drilled a hole in the middle of the stadium and proceeded to literally blitz like Fluno in Nightmare Launch. Louis Shirosagi is literally the one of the Supreme Four, and I think he's even the Big Five. Maybe I forgot. I think he's in the Big Five. Yeah, he's the Big Five. He's one of the Big Five. So Free literally defeated 3 of the Big Five, counting Xander in the Supreme Four. So we know Free is on another level, defeating Nightmare Boost, the Nightmare Launch, Louis Nightmare Launch. Already one of the greatest feats ever here. Enough of Free. Now for its competitor, Team Persona. Like I said before, the information we have now is these characters don't have enough battle to get information about. It's not enough information, but there's still enough information to start a full-on battle. We get their base stats. Is basically all we need in this battle. I'll start with Kazumi Bird. If you watch Beyblade, you know. Leader of Team Persona literally gets carried by the other two. He has now 2 bays at this point. So we're gonna be using Hell's Chains, but we're gonna use his experience from Hell's Scythe. So using his newly bay experience with Hell's Scythe. Bird has more losses than wins, if he had any wins to begin with. So his abilities first, maybe. His abilities can try to carry him. He can use Extreme to boost the speed in his attack. His speed is basically more than subsonic when he's in extreme mode. He's not a speed type bay, he's we're going to be using, his attack bay. The attack bay, Hell's Chains, is an attack type, while Hell's Scythe is literally a balance type, and we're going to be using Hell's Chain in this one. Bird's World Reverse phase that he survived the 30 seconds against the floor master of the tower, the X Tower, to advance to higher floors. That was in the manga, chapter 6. You survived 30 seconds about the floor master, Tower X, to advance to the next tower, the next floor. And that's basically it for Bird. I know there's not much about him, but and he's not important. The other two are more important because these guys have more of a chance of defeat because we are now Nanaido Multi Manaido. She's quick to adapt to her opponents and does research on the opponents before the battle to know more about the bays. Yeah, baby boy, I said bays. There's around 50 Beyblades. 50 of them, yep, and only used 3 this entire time. So we don't know if she has a left spin in there that could counter Free de la Hoya. But it mostly uses stamina type. The only ones that she uses are the defense, and only used once the balance type. Once the timer, which was Hell's Scythe. Literally, that was her own base. She just gave it a battle. Unlike Jonathan Burns, Multi isn't overconfident, and only becomes overconfident when she knows you can defeat the opponent. Her feats are defeating stamina with Stifle Ice, specifically Viper Tail. Viper Tail's ability is to drain stamina from the stamina types or any other bay. But Wizard Arrow Multi's Bay basically unaffected by drain attacks because of a nigh perfect launch. Yes, nigh perfect launch. She has a perfect stability that cannot knock the bay over no matter how many times you hit it. Multi also has the ability called the Mirage Parry, which can parry any bay attack and setting them flying. Now for Common X. This is #1 best Beyblader and decided to hide his identity because he wanted to face his team and they didn't want no one to know he was the #1 Beyblader. Already that's a big feat because episode 1 he beat a pro while he was like that was Rookie Crush and was said to have perfect defense. So beating that and saying perfect defense. Using Extreme, which Extreme is gains an intense power and speed boost. If we use basic Beyblade speed, subsonic, we could estimate the stream is moving at sonic speed or at least hypersonic, but mostly sonic speed or at least close to it. But the X changes into Drawn Dagger instead of Drawn Sword. He has Drawn Dagger. We might be using Drawn Dagger in this one because of the speed feat that will be mentioned in this one. So he defeated the Floor Master as well, but instead of surviving the 30 seconds, he blitz speed the Floor Master in 1 second. 1 second indeed. While using Drawn Dagger. Drawn Dagger has one of the most highest speeds and is the fastest Beyblade ever. Except for Phoenix, we won't get into that. Phoenix is basically faster, blitzing the Floor Master in 96 milliseconds. But still, Common X is Drawn Dagger is still the fastest even without the speed boost. Even without Extreme, he is still the fastest. He also defeated Lion from the Zunic team. The King has the highest attack power ever, can basically burst anyone. Common X basically rivaled that, and basically both they both ended, and he was able, Common X was able to basically destroy the perfect defense, the ultimate defense type. So did Lion, the King dude, this dude, I'm gonna show about the story, basically bursted the perfect defense. And so yeah, these two are basically on par. Just defeating the King already says a lot. He is the #1 Beyblader in this universe. He's basically the Gojo of this place. He literally Hollow Purple, literally King. Now for the battle. Free probably I reached floor 100 by now, so we're putting this at floor 100. Floor 100. This is where the battle is just going to begin. So Team Persona versus Free at floor 100. Tower 100, the final battle. This is how it's gonna go.
So it would either be Bird or Multi that would go first. Well, no, he would have to go twice. He would have to win 3 times, like 2 times. We'll make it so he has to win like 3 times. 3 times. So they would either send Kazumi or Multi. And if they didn't know any information, just like chapter 7, where nobody knew what the heck the Phoenix guy had, like what kind of Beyblade this dude had, then we're going in blind. They would probably send our Multi. Multi probably not.
They would send in Bird, and Bird would get annihilated. Bird would just get finished like Vault from like episode 3 of Beyblade vs. Evolution. That's how it'll probably end. No damage. This would then make Multi realize they're up against someone that literally could just beat them at any moment. So it would cause Multi to use either the stamina type Beyblade or here comes the what if scenario where Multi actually has a left spin Beyblade in the 50 Beyblade thing. And that would actually beat Free, but I kind of doubt it because we're gonna use Serious Free in this because he beat the 100 towers and he doesn't want to lose. Free is just like he don't want to lose. We might even put him on super serious mode, but that probably won't be necessary. We're just gonna like downplay him. We're gonna like make him a bit, nerf him a bit, and put him into normal serious mode where he doesn't have Nothing Break. Nothing Break would probably just blitz literally everyone here, even Common X. Now that's a bold statement because Common X was shown to literally blitz the Floor Master within a second. But we're not a Common X battle yet, so basically Free would just steel spin the crap out of Multi, but Multi cannot be. So then Free would probably use his next ability, which he would actually probably use the Nothing Break. at that point. But if he didn't use Nothing Break, he would actually lose and lose a point. But there's still Common X. What about Common X? It's a 50-50 with multi, by the way, so it doesn't. If she used the stamina, she could use Mirage Parry, but that probably won't do it. If she did knock Fafnir, it would probably not even get knocked out because Fafnir is kind of a bit of a heavy type. And if Mirage Parry ever did hit, it would probably steel spin from that. And since the X-Stream is here, Fafnir could probably use the X-Stream reversed away and probably just one shot. But if we were playing the stamina battle, Free would win, because he could use the reverse burst technique on multi. The multi's a bit of a tricky one. Now for Common X, this is how this would play out. Common X would just try to blitz Fafnir the moment it lands. So it's either that, or they tie while the blitz happens. The next one, if they do tie, Fafnir would actually go into super serious mode and blitz the crap out of Common X's drawn dagger, which was literally near hypersonic speed, while Never Break is also near hypersonic speed. And if they both used extreme dash, probably Fafnir will win, one due to the reverse burst technique, going at full speed. So Fafnir would just beat them all, unless like he just gets ringed out finished. That's literally the only argument that is possible here. If only X could probably knock him out in a blitz battle and try to blitz him out in speed and knock him out as fast as possible. If Mirage Parry can knock him out of the stadium, which it's kind of difficult to say because it only works on like right spin, like right spin versus right spin. If it were to Mirage Parry a left spin, it would probably just like make Fafnir just fall out, because Mirage Parry would probably just make Fafnir spin faster and just outspin Wizard Arrows. Yeah, that's it. If you guys want to debate in the comments, go ahead, say I'm wrong. But nothing can really beat the Free so far on Beyblade X. There's only possibilities if they could actually blitz him in terms of speed, but in terms of sheer power, they can't do nothing. He literally, like, Fafnir literally beat Excalius, and that's already a pretty big feat to deal with. If Excalius is one of the strongest Beyblades, well, you can argue like Requiem. Requiem is one of the strongest. It cracked everyone in half. Well, yeah, Free hasn't fought Requiem, and if they did, I think it would probably just end the same way. It'd probably end the same way as what happened to Vault, unless Free overexerts himself, and that's where he loses, because he used too much power. But I think Nothing Break can probably blitz speed Requiem, and probably beat Requiem before Requiem can even touch it. So I think Free would probably beat Shu really fast, but because of plot, Vault had to like win, and it took him a lot. Yeah, I think that's why Free basically destroys Beyblade X. I think Free could probably solo the entire verse of Beyblade X. You can argue in the comments about that, like probably what you guys think about that. I think Free could probably blitz speed everyone if he used Nothing Break and just Nothing Break at all. There would probably be someone faster like Phoenix. Phoenix would probably blitz him by the 0.milliseconds, try to like ring finish him instantly. But after that, if Phoenix can't blitz freaking Fafnir, then the whole Beyblade X verse is dead. Like all their bays would just be annihilated by Free De La Hoya's Fafnir. I don't think they have a true counter to Drain as well, even though Multi has a nigh perfect launch and cannot be drained at all. When it comes to her stamina, the stamina one, her defense, if she used defense type against Free, like Fafnir, it would lose instantly because it's literally a parry. But after that, it's nothing. No parry can parry Fafnir's Drain. If she used Held the Scythe against it, insta win for Fafnir. Held the Chains doesn't even stand against it. So yeah, Free De La Hoya wins.